Hello everyone, I'm here today to do a massive unboxing video of books that I received here in my school library. They're mostly young adult books, and honestly, I can't remember what they are. I actually ordered a lot of them before all the COVID-19 stuff happened. And then that all happened and we were out of school. We've been out of school since March, I think 13th was our last day of school. Oh yeah, because it was Friday the 13th. And so it was like we had Friday the 13th and COVID and a full moon and the national ACT test all in the same week. It was crazy. We survived that week, but yeah, then after that we were out of school. So we've not received any shipments of books since then because there was either a problem with the shipping company, they weren't there, or we couldn't receive certain shipments here. Like I think it was FedEx we couldn't get. So we had to make sure we could actually get the books in the building. And today I walk in to film another video and I find this, and there's another box down here you can hardly even see. So when I walk into school today, I get really excited when I see all these boxes here waiting for me, and I thought you guys might want to see it too, so I thought I would unbox these. Honestly, I can't remember what I ordered. Some of this was from March, so it could be anything from a book a student requested that they really wanted. It could be a book from some kind of award-winning list. It could be a book that we had that was damaged and I am just replacing it. It could be a book that someone recommended to me, a book that was in a magazine that I had seen that looked like it was something I should purchase. So we don't know. Let's find out. Let's get started. So I actually had to stand up for this because it's really difficult to try to open this in my lap. So here's our first box. This box was prepared for us by Jake. Very special. And it doesn't feel very heavy. So I'm intrigued. Okay. Oh, by the way, these are all from Follett. That's the name of the company. We order books from a lot of different companies. That's just the software that we use to check out library books, the Follett software. So I order a lot of books through them just because it is really convenient. Ooh, invoice slip. Important. They wanted to make sure the books were protected. Oh, wow. There's only 3 books in this whole box. Okay. Oh, I know what this book is. Okay, so the first one is called They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, and I know what this book is because it is a KBA award-winning book. If you've never heard of that, you're probably not from Kentucky. Also, if you're from Kentucky, you've probably not heard of it either because even as a librarian, I didn't learn about it till pretty recently. So it stands for Kentucky Bluegrass Award, and it's just basically a book award that is given for different levels of books, primary, secondary, that kind of thing. So for the high school book list, this was one of the 10 that won this year. So it's called They Called Us Enemy, and I believe, yep, it's a graphic novel. That's all I know about it, really. I'm sure there's a lot more to it. So let's see. So I know it's a graphic novel. Yes. With no colors. That's interesting. Like it's black and white. It's an interesting style. I mean, I kind of like it. I like, man, their faces are like really round. That's interesting. And it just says it is a story that reveals the important lessons of the World War II Japanese-American incarceration that still need to be learned today. And it's a compelling read for all ages. So I'm really intrigued. It's about his own experience. The author revisits his haunting childhood in American concentration camps as one of 120,000 Japanese Americans imprisoned by the U.S. government during World War II. So I'm definitely going to read this. It's been a long time since I've read a graphic novel. I really do enjoy them, though. So we're going to see if this one is living up to the hype. Okay. Okay, our next book is another KBA award winner, Kentucky Bluegrass Award. This one's called The Lovely and the Lost by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And I don't know anything about it, but I do know that when I've tried to order this book on other websites that they did not have it. It was the one book that you couldn't find. So I'm guessing this one is either newer or just a little bit harder to come by. It was actually published last May, and it's a pretty purple color, so I'm liking that. Okay, this is a huge summary. But we're going to see kind of the gist of it here. Okay, so it says it's basically about this girl named Kyra, who her earliest memories of being alone and wild in the woods. She has no idea how to survive on her own, and she eventually gets kind of rescued by dogs and then finally adopted into a family. It was her first interaction in years. Okay, so there's a missing girl, and they have to track her down. Kyra helps, and they have to go out into the Sierra Glades National Park and search through 750,000 acres of wilderness to find a lost child. The case isn't simple. There is more afoot than a single missing girl, and Kyra's memories threaten to overwhelm her at every turn. So cool. That's really neat. I'm intrigued to read this. It sounds like kind of a mystery. It sounds also like a lot of adventure. It reminds me of that movie from when I was younger. Oh my gosh, maybe something about Bear Mountain. Does that sound Gold? There was Gold. It had the girl that played My Girl and Christina Ricci, Anna Chlumsky. I'm bad with names. And yeah, Christina Ricci, and they were out in a cave and something happened and one of them got trapped in the cave and then they had to get help and find the other one, and there was a mean dad or something. I don't know. You all probably remember what I'm talking about. Let me know if you remember the name of this movie. Okay, so The Lovely and the Lost, another KBA award winner. Okay, on to the next one. Oh, another KBA award winner. I guess these are all in the same box. Well, 3 of them. This one is called Paul, Big and Small by David Glenn Robb. I don't know anything about this one either, except just a really short thing here. It says, a trio of high school outcasts, Paul, Big and Small. Oh, it's 3 different people. I thought it was like Paul, Big and Small. Oh, are there commas? Oh, that's the importance of commas. Paul, Big and Small. There's 3 names there with different commas. Okay. They all face the complicated world of predators and prey in high school and come to realize that overcoming life's challenges will take more than perseverance. So it's a lot about bullies and things like that. So definitely realistic fiction, and I'm intrigued to try it out. Looks pretty cool. There we go, another award winner. All right, let's move on to our next box. I can't wait till we get to the big... Oh, this one's a lot heavier than the last one. I can't wait till we get to the big box, though, although this one is really heavy. All right, this one was also prepared for us by Jake. So thank you, Jake, at Follett. Is this video going to be so long that we need 2 videos? We'll see. Okay. Packing. I don't know why do I keep showing the packing? I don't even know. I don't know how to do this. I'm just making it up. Oh my gosh, I've heard of this book. I see everybody reading this on BookTube. I don't even remember why I ordered it. It's in a box of books with things that looks like I hand selected. Oh, it's an Alex Award winner. That's why. Okay, for those of you who don't know, and I just discovered this recently too, the Alex Awards are given to adult books that are also read by young adults. So they're written for adults, but young adults really also like them. It's kind of neat because it's like a crossover, and that's really what I'm going for next year in my school library, because we have a lot of young adult books. Like, it's pretty much all young adult. So I'm going to try to incorporate more books that young adults would like to read that are kind of geared more towards adults. The reading level is usually a little bit higher too, and right now our average reading level in our library is about a 4th or 5th grade reading level. This is a high school, so we should definitely step that up. So this book is called Middle Game by Shannon McGuire. And I have heard a lot about this book. Everyone is reading it on BookTube. I've heard very mixed reviews. So I've heard a lot about this book on BookTube. I know some people have said they either love it or they just thought it didn't live up to the hype. I don't know anything about it, and I kind of don't want to. It says McGuire has an uncanny knack for taking the worst things that lurk in the shadows and weaving them into an absolute delight. So is it scary? It says it's one of the smartest writers around. This is all just about the author. Okay. Oh, it's a woman. She has created her own mini masterpiece of portal fantasy. Okay. I don't know anything about it, but I'm really intrigued. I'm also surprised at the fact that, can you see this? The words are really close together, which is shocking for a young adult novel. That usually doesn't happen. So this actually might take a long time to read because it's also really lengthy. It's like 500 pages. Huh. Well, I don't know what it's about, but I'm going to find out more. It is an Alex Award winner, so I bet it's probably pretty good. All right, moving on to our next book. I bet these are all Alex Award winning books. Yeah, here we go. I don't know if this one actually won the Alex Award, but this one is called Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and I know some people say that this is one of their favorite books of all time. The only way that I already know about this book is because we have a lady that comes from our public library here at school, and she does a program called Book Bites, spelled B-Y-T-E-S, because that's cooler. And she talks about young adult books that are newer and tries to promote them to the students so that they can even come to the public library and check them out. She even brings books with her for the kids to check out, which is really cool. But she has talked about this one before, and she has said that it is amazing. It's for adults, but could be read by young adults. In fact, she's the one that told me about these Alex Awards. I don't know that this one has won one. So I think it's basically like a retelling, like maybe Rumpelstiltskin. It says Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty until Miriam takes matters into her own hands. Hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation for being able to turn silver into gold. When an ill-advised boast draws the attention of the king of Starrick, grim fey creatures who seem more ice than flesh, Miriam's fate and that of two kingdoms will be forever altered. She will face an impossible challenge and, along with two unlikely allies, uncover a secret that threatens to consume the lands of humans and Starrick alike. From the Nebula award-winning author comes a new, beautifully woven fairy tale in which the boundary between wonder and terror is thinner than a breath. I like fairy tale retellings. That sounds pretty cool. Definitely never heard of a Rumpelstiltskin one, so we're going to read it and find out. That is definitely going to be on a TBR list. Okay, next is... They always put these stickers right on the title. Tegan High School. Is it called High School? Is it just called High School? I think that's the name of it. Oh, yeah, okay. It's just called High School by Tegan and Sarah. I like that. It just says Tegan and Sarah and doesn't have their last names. But it has their last names over here. Sarah Quinn and Tegan Quinn, I guess. Okay, I'm assuming they're related or married. Yeah. But it's got two girls. Okay, maybe they're both girls. Maybe they're twins or something writing this book together. Mom, dad. Yeah, okay, I think they're siblings. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, that's neat. So there's chapters. Prologue from Sarah, prologue from Tegan. Grade 10. Summer 1996. Okay, this seems like it's based on their real life. Tegan, Sarah, so it goes back and forth. Summer 1997, then grade 12, and then epilogue. Oh, wow, how neat. Okay, so it doesn't really tell us too much on the back. It's just a bunch of reviews. It doesn't really say what it's about. Okay, they're definitely girls. They're definitely sisters. They could be twins. I'm not really sure. They look really, really similar, though. They could be twins. So it's going to be about their story, it sounds like. That is really neat. I just love the way that is organized. So, yeah, great. Are there pictures? Hold on. I saw a picture. I got excited. Oh, so it's real pictures of them. How cool. It's not throughout the whole book, but like at the beginning, maybe of chapters or something. Or just every now and then. Ha! How cool. Well, you don't see too many books with pictures anymore, so I'll read that. All right, next we have Lawn Boy. I believe this is also a KBA award-winning book, so I'll definitely have to read this one. It says he's kind of the, it says Mike Munoz is a Holden Caulfield for a new millennium. So that's cool. He's a 10th generation peasant with a Mexican last name, raised by a single mom on an Indian reservation. So that just sounds funny if he's a Holden Caulfield. Once again, I don't want to know any more about this book because that just sounds too cool. So Lawn Boy by Jonathan Evison. And it says full of humor and lots of hope. Well, I love humor, and I guess I love hope too, so I'll read this. Okay, next book in the box. How Long Till Black Future Month. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. I picked this out because it looked, I don't think it's a KBA award winner. I could be wrong. But it looked really good. I think it won some other awards, was on some award-winning lists. But it, instead of saying Black History Month, it said How Long Till Black Future Month. And I was like, oh, I get it. That's really cool. And also the cover is really cool. I don't know what's going on with these things in her hair, but I like it. So it says that this novel is an exciting new voice in modern fiction. It says she is the first writer, it is a she, right? N.K. Jemisin is the first writer in history to win the Hugo Award for Best Novel 3 years in a row. And in this book, it looks like, it does say it was published in 2018 too, that's weird. It might be short stories or little vignettes or something. I don't think it's one story. I'm seeing a lot of different names. I don't know. Something about a Dragon King. Oh, that's interesting. But on the back it said her first collection of short fiction with narratives of destruction, rebirth, and redemption. So that sounds really different, and it's also really long. So anyway, I'm going to give this one a try because since it's just little vignettes, I can try a couple and see what I think. We'll check it out. Okay, the next one is heavy. Oh my gosh, this book is heavy. In Waves. Sounds cool. Is this oh my gosh, it's a graphic novel, but it's in color. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that pretty color. That's like my favorite color ever. The library's painted that color on one wall. Look at that. Oh, and orange too. Love it. Love the colors. The style is really interesting too. So it's by A.J. Dungo. Good name. Even though Kristen hadn't touched a surfboard in years, she looked as though she had never stopped. She inspired us all, but Kristen wasn't always up for it. Her body had its limits. Told in a series of alternating chapters, Dungo delves into the origins and evolution of surf by looking back at the sport's greatest heroes while reflecting on his own personal narrative of love, loss, and the solace of surfing. So we have a lot of sports readers in our library, and our sports collection is pretty decent, but it's mostly football, basketball. What's basketball? Well, I've never seen that movie, but that's a thing. Basketball and baseball. However, we need some other things, and I don't think I've ever seen a surfing book unless it was just nonfiction. So this looks super sweet. And we've got a couple more in this box. The Black God's Drums is really short. I can see a lot of kids going for this one just because usually it has to be 100 pages before they're allowed to read it for an independent reading book. Most teachers require that. It's a little over 100 pages, so I can see this one being popular. It's called The Black God's Drums by P. Djelly Clark. I'm so bad with these names. Okay. Creeper and scrappy young teen is done living in the streets of New Orleans. Ooh, I love books set in New Orleans. Her sights are set on securing passage aboard Captain Anne-Marie's smuggler airship Midnight Robber, earning the captain's trust using a secret about a kidnapped Haitian scientist and a mysterious weapon he calls the Black God's Drums. But Creeper keeps another secret close to her heart. Oya, the African Orisha of the wind and storms, who speaks inside her head and grants her divine powers. And Oya has her own priorities. Interesting. So, I don't know much about this, but I think it sounds cool, so I'm going to read it. Oh, it's a KBA award-winning book, too. I do remember seeing that, and I think that's why I ordered this one. Okay, two more. All right, this is an Alex award-winning book, which is probably why I picked it, so that we could have more of those young adult books in the library. So this one's called The Swallows by Lisa Lutz. Yeah. And it's just got a bunch of praise on the back. Don't know what it's about, except that it's offbeat and darkly witty. It's a #MeToo revenge tale. It is riveting, caustic, and refreshingly funny. Well, I like that. It is a vicious battle of the sexes set within a private school. Wickedly fun and wildly subversive, but packed an emotional punch. And it's as powerful as it is timely. And sharpen your axes, ladies, and get ready for this fierce, fun, unsparring novel of female rage, power, and friendship. Oh, I love a good revenge novel. So this looks pretty cool. I think I will like it. The chapters look interesting. I mean, just the way it's written. There's weird things like this in it. So I love books that are told in a unique way. And yeah, I'm going to go for it. It looks like maybe it's told from different characters' points of view, or else just has different chapter names. Yeah, I think so. I think it's different characters' points of view in here. And it's got things like text messages and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. We'll try that one. And the last one in this box. Oh, Circe. Yeah, Circe. This is a book that one of our other English teachers here at school absolutely loves. And she told me all about this book, about how it's about Greek goddesses and gods. And I love mythology. So I thought this would be the perfect book for me. It's by Madeline Miller, and I don't want to know too much more about it, except that, yeah, Greek mythology, but for adults, basically. So I'm not going to read anything else about it because I cannot wait to read this book. It will definitely be on one of my TBR lists in the future. So that's it for box 1. Let's go on to box number 2. No, it's not. That was box 2. I can't count. That was box 2. We've been through 2 boxes. Now we got these 2. Should we save the little ones to last? We're going to save these to last. Hey guys, so in retrospect, I've realized after filming that video that I definitely need to put it into 2 parts. It was way too long. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to watch me opening boxes for 40 minutes. So I'm going to divide this into approximately 2 20-minute videos. So please check back soon and you'll be able to see part 2. Thanks and have a nice day.